Hello everybody, we are here at part 11 of Metroid Prime. I'm actually gonna adjust things ever so slightly. I need to get a mic stand. Like I'm gonna do it this weekend, I think. I gotta do it this weekend. Actually, maybe I can get it for Cyber Monday, given that it's Cyber Monday. And I've already revealed when this has been recorded. Oh well. Anyways, in this part we're getting... Oh crap, I already forgotten. I literally just watched this, which is hilarious. Actually, I don't think anything of substance was found. Just mostly a few items, and we also made a little bit of progress in the world. Oh wait, we didn't get an item from it, but it was just traversal. We're gonna be heading to the Space Pirate Frigate. You know, the thing from the very start of the game. Except it crash landed on the planet, conveniently right nearby Samus's ship. Funnily enough, it's like 2 rooms away. So we're going to be visiting there. And we're also going to be encountering the Aqua Space Pirates. Or is it the Marine Space Pirates? I don't remember what they're called exactly. Basically the aqua version, the aquatic version of the Aero Troopers. I believe I'm also going to be showing like the path. Yeah, right here. Going to be showing the path to, if you want to get back into the Space Pirates labs, you can do it from here. This would probably be a good time to do it, I think. Actually, no, probably not. We'll probably have to come back here anyways to round this room because there is an artifact hidden behind a power bomb wall. And so we need the power bombs anyways. Honestly, like the more I look at this run, like I've done some sequence breaking tricks and I'm thinking they're going to save me time because I have to go way out of my way to get there. But the more I've like reviewed the footage and I just go, I really could have just done it like the normal way and it probably would have been roughly as fast. Because a lot of the times when you're backtracking, you're also backtracking with others. When you're getting around the point where you're going to backtrack, you generally have like a couple of upgrades that allow you to get like more than one thing. Like if you're being efficient about it. If you're going to get the plasma beam, chances are pretty good you already had the power bombs. So you might as well come back and clean up the items left over in an area using those. I don't know, just like my rambling. I don't have much to say really about this part because like it's just nothing really of note happens in this part, honestly. I mean, don't click off the video, please. I need the views. I need the views and the watch time. Lord knows my hiatus has caused this channel to just plummet off YouTube's radar. In addition to like all the algorithmic changes that they've probably made. YouTube. Why do you hate the people who made your site what it is so much? It feels like that a lot of the times. Honest, and I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna make a hot take right now. I think COPPA is actually one of the better things to happen to YouTube. Now, I say that because recently I've discovered that apparently YouTube's going to be rolling out a new monetization plan where the yellow demonetized symbol no longer means demonetized. It actually will now be a sign that you're going to be getting different kinds of ads on your videos. Ads appealing more towards, like, as they've described, more adult-oriented and edgier content, which is honestly something they should have done from the very fucking start, but oh well. What this has shown me is that YouTube has no competition. YouTube has no competitors. There's no company that's really willing to do a tit for tat with YouTube. There is no... And additionally, like, the resources you need in order to make something like YouTube is ridiculous. Like, it's absurd. Like, YouTube itself barely makes a profit. I don't think there is any company that's... I don't think there is another company in the world that's of YouTube's size, that's of Google's size, that would be willing to fund something like this. This is pretty much just like a Google thing. It's just not, it's really not profitable. So in that vein, I feel like we need government intervention at this point. I don't feel like we have any other options at the moment. I don't see a competitor coming unless like something drastically changes in like the way online infrastructure works. I don't think we're gonna ever see a competitor to YouTube. Like not a true one anyways. I don't think it's gonna happen. Like there have been sites that have tried, but they failed. They don't have the same mainstream appeal. Ultimately. Like Dailymotion, there's Dailymotion, there's Vimeo, and recently BitChute, but none of those really capture mainstream attention. And additionally, like the monetization options on those platforms, I believe, are pretty freaking limited and slim compared to Google. Or compared to YouTube, but still, it's owned by Google, so eh. I think we've reached a point where government intervention might actually be the only thing that will force YouTube to innovate. Because honestly, like I think the way YouTube's handling COPPA is crap, honestly. Like it's still crap, regardless, but it's just like you kind of got to take the good with the bad. I mean, sure, like a lot of channels, well, okay, also the other thing about the FTC is that the FTC does not have the resources the same resources as Google and YouTube when it comes to moderating stuff. There's a good chance that the COPPA law, even though like they're setting all this stuff up, there's a good chance the COPPA law will be unenforceable. So that could affect things. Additionally, there's just... I'm sorry, I'm of the mind that this is actually one of the better things to happen for YouTube because it's forcing it to do something. Granted, it's very bad. It's badly. They're still not doing a good job, but it's still a innovation. And I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, it's. What this has shown me is that it will take the effing government getting interested in YouTube's affairs to get Google and YouTube to do anything at this point. Like that's I'm just appalled. Dang, this website is shit. But that's part of the reason why people love it. It's like what bothers me is like a lot of YouTubers, especially like the ones who actually make money from this shit, like they have like a sort of abusive relationship with YouTube. Like YouTube's the abuser that comes back and gives them like nice things every so often, but 90% of the time is treat them like crap, but treats them just nicely enough that they stay on. In this case, giving them some money. Some being the key word. That's just like this. It's essentially an outsider's perspective looking in, because I don't make money off this crap. I'm just doing this just cause. And because I also want to promote certain other things in the future, depending on like whether or not I actually manage to complete those projects. It's kind of dependent on a lot of things. But I sort of just want to do this, just have a laugh, have some fun, record funny conversations with friends. The clip on my Twitch channel for Dark Souls is like one of those examples. I am so glad that that one clip on my Twitch channel alone is sufficient enough to like justify me starting that live stream. Just that clip by itself is enough for me to justify starting that live stream series. Because that was hilarious when that happened. So yeah, I'm sort of just doing this just cause at this point. And I honestly think it's probably for the best that I do it just cause. I don't think I can do this as a job. I don't think I can necessarily do this. If it did happen, I kind of just go with it, right? I guess, especially if it's my only option. But I don't think I would let it be my only option, I guess. I'm really rambling because I really don't have much to say in this part. And this is the save station we used before we fought the... Oh, crap. My mind's slipping. The Parasite Queen. My bad. Okay, so at this point in the frigate, if you could actually get up to this point without the gravity suit, but once you get to this point, you can't progress any farther because you need to have the double jump. You need to have like the full height of your double jump in order to make it over here. And if you actually show up, the enemy, there are going to be different enemies lying around. I think there's going to be like a couple of the... I really should look up some of the enemies' names. Like when I get... Okay, I think for like before the next part, I'm going to refresh... Before I record that, I'm going to refresh myself on all the enemy names as best I can, just so like I'm not floundering to describe them. But basically like the Aqua Reapers and I think a couple other enemies are going to be lying around if you come here before you get the gravity suit. After that, it's going to be just space pirates. There's like an aquatic drone and the aquatic pirates, and that's pretty much it. And also, if you know where to look, like if you look for the gratings, you don't really need the thermal visor most of the time. Kind of part of the reason why people can do non-thermal visor runs. What am I doing? There we go. Oh. I didn't get much. I kind of was pretty restless last night when I was trying to go to sleep. So I'm a little tired. Okay, what are we doing now? I think what I'm looking for is like there's a cordite wall that I can blow up. And gives me a missile pack, I believe. There it is. That's kind of why I think I was scanning around for it. Figuratively and literally. There we go, missile expansion. So let's see, and I forgot to shoot that one. The gravity suit. Oh yeah, also I guess I should mention like some of the general buffs of the gravity suit. And I guess even the Various suit, honestly. Like, we know that the Various suit protects against heat damage, and the gravity suit allows you to move freely in water. But in addition to that, they also have a passive defensive buff. I believe the Various suit buffs your defense by about 50% typically in most Metroid games. It's like usually roughly that amount, and 75%. And that number gets up to 75% when you have the gravity suit. Also, if I can just talk about the aquatic pirates, they're really just lamer versions of the air troopers, because like their missiles are so slow underwater that I think it's been a while since I've ever gotten hit by them. Like, the only time where I got hit is where I just got caught up against a wall or something. So, like, they really can barely hurt you. And the only difference really is that they take 4 missiles to kill instead of 3. So it's really not that big. They're not that big of a deal. They're really easy. And that's probably also why there's not many of them in this game. I think this is really the only major underwater section in the entire game, honestly. I'm trying to think if there's any others, but none really come to mind. I guess aside from like where we got the gravity suit, technically. But it's really more of a room rather than like an entire area underwater. Random explosion. Oh yeah, and also apparently it says that it bursts when it's when it gets impacted with serious trauma. But I've shot missiles at it and it never blows up. So I don't know exactly what it means. If it means I have to actually just physically touch it, like I have to physically have Samus's hurt box hit it or run into it. Oh yeah, also this item's a bit of a pain to get. You got to do a double bomb jump essentially, but it's very finicky. It's gonna take me like take me about 20-ish seconds to get it right. The timing's just really tricky. Because it's not a timing that I'm used to. Drats. Oh yeah, also the infinite bomb jump is technically in this game. It's really hard to do, but you can do it. It's not intended at all, but you can do it. It's also the easiest in this game compared to the other... Well, it's easiest in this and Prime 2 compared to, like, Prime 3. Because in Prime 3, like, there's no... when the bombs are about to detonate in Primes 1 and 2, like, they'll briefly, like, suck in. Like, if I'm making any sense. Like, the energy pulse will, like, briefly suck in before it explodes. So you can sort of get a visual cue for timing. Prime 3 doesn't have that. So it makes the double bomb jump a pain in the ass. But it's not really that bad because you have the spring ball in that game, so you don't really need it as badly. I love the ice beam. Like against small foes, it's just one-shots them and it makes it really convenient. And fuck. Ah, I still got nicked by that thing. Damn. So we are now heading to the Space Pirate Mines, I believe. I'm trying to remember if they're called the Pirate Mines or if they're called the Phazon Mines. I think it's the Phazon Mines. So yeah, we're heading there. And I'm just cleaning out the enemies just so I can... Oh yeah, also we're going to have to come back to this room too. Because I think we have the spider ball, but I think we need power bombs in order to access the next room. But if you jump over to here, you'll see that there's some rain droplets falling onto this invisible surface, and you can basically just jump up to there and get this missile pack. It's the easiest one to see. It's nice, and it's a nice touch that they have the raindrop effect on there. It gives you an easy cue that something weird's going on. Okay, so I make this cut because I basically just boost balled right off the edge. And it took me a little while to get back to this point. Seamless. Anyways. Ah, phazon. Intense radiation detected. Yep, nothing goes on in the next part. I think might talk about the maybe any of the changes that were made to the Space Pirate data entries in the logbook between versions, because I feel like that would be interesting to talk about. Because I've already talked about the Chozo differences, but I haven't really... I think I briefly touched on like Space Pirates on one of the Space Pirate ones, but I don't know like how collectively they might be different. So that'll be interesting to read, if I do it. So we're almost at the end of the part. I'm just going to hit the save station, and then the next part, we'll be exploring the Phazon Mines. Time for Samus's covert operation. Oh yeah, this scan point's pretty pointless, honestly. Alright, and that's it for this part. Hope to see you guys in the next part.